You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine, go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. Lights are shining bright. My friends are in the club, we'll go all night. I see you in the back, the mood is right. If I just had your number, I would let you know how I feel. You walk up to me, start dancing to the music, energies like this was meant to be. Take my hand, I feel my heart beat, and I don't want this moment to stop. Time to go home, don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me, let's write a history. end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. I can't get enough. Oh, it's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. Can't get enough.
Hey! I did have Michael here a couple of seconds ago, which is why I was all the way off to the side, but he's currently running after Lockie. Looks like he can hear me. Let's say hi to everybody. I know it has been a while since we have been on. We have not been 100% here at PAHQ. We caught a lovely little bug. Oh, my sound's a bit high. Sorry. We caught a lovely little bug here and have been recovering. Oh, he's back. And have been recovering from it. So we're very...
Well, I'm still coughing.
Yeah, I didn't catch the cough. I just caught the exhaustion. And the kids have been home. We've had school holidays and... yeah, they've been sick during school holidays, which is not fun. Let's say hi to everybody who has joined us.
I just saw some people say hi from Michigan.
Yeah.
And the only reason that's in my head right now is there are about 6 parcels across the US that I use as my bellwethers to make sure that everything is on track. One of them is in Michigan. So I can tell that the people in Michigan should be receiving their parcels sometime between 1 and 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Yay!
Yay! With all for 4.
Yay!
Not that I'm stalking the mail any more than you are, but I'm actually stalking the mail just as much.
Yeah, well, we want to make sure that everybody gets...
all their 4 goodies.
Their goodies, yeah. So I haven't said hello to everybody yet. I was just about to as you walked in.
Sorry.
So, hi Peter, Sam, Katie, Bianca, Sherry, Nina, Penny, Diane, Jess, Leanne, Michael.
Hello.
Hi, Michael. That joke never gets old.
Never.
Planners Knowledge, that's me. Kay, Leanne, Diane. Hold on, I've said Diane, haven't you? Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry about my computer backup. It's actually still going.
If the stream gets a bit choppy, that's why.
I'll explain that in a couple of... It's almost finished, though. Eileen, Monica, Tracy, Sherelle, Jennifer, Caroline, Tracy. Hold on, I feel like I'm saying double names now. Cindy. What? Addictive Planning? I don't know who that is. Aristonaria? Oh, I always stumble on that. I've got to write down some... The brain is not working at full capacity, people. Cindy, Julie. Did you see that?
No, I did not. What was that?
A bug. Denise, Marcy,
Okay.
Shannon. Yeah, hi to everyone. My Little Planning Corner, which is Marisol, Nadilla, Ellie, Karen. Wow, we've got a fair few people here today. Katie, Chelsea, Kiva. Have I said Caroline, Peter?
There was 2 Katies. You missed one Katie, said the other Katie.
Oh, well, both Katies. Hi. Are you watching me, Michael? Are you watching Katie?
Actually, Katie, yours is one of the parcels that I track and make sure is on track.
Hi, Lisa. Hola.
Lisa's is another one that I track and make sure is on track.
Yep. Because you know that people who, like, We tend to have like a list of people who always order, so that way we can track them, so that we know that it's always going to go through the process, just like we track mine.
Yes.
So I got a notification, I think yesterday or the day before, that mine's up at the post office.
This morning yours arrived at the post office at approximately 9:43 a.m.
Cool.
Not that I track that one either.
So we've got a few that we always make sure that we're keeping track of, especially and we've always done that since day one.
We ride the missing parcels and the looking for delivery notifications just as much as you do.
Yeah.
Except I'm doing it across a couple hundred people across the globe.
Across the globe, that's right. Janique, Erin, just got a few more. Helena. I think I'm down to the bottom. There we go. Firstly, apologies for being late. I was trying to move... Oh, there we go. Look at the space I now have. Apple decided last night to overnight sync my photos to my hard drive, which then took up 600 gig of space on a 1 terabyte hard drive.
How many photos have you got?
Look, I take a lot of photos, okay? They're the kids, they're the doggy, they're of you, of stuff I like, all the stuff that I try and make reels of, all that's in there too. So that I struggle with.
All right.
So I went to go live and realised I only had like 50 gig free, and went, well, that's not going to work. So I had to pull everything as much as I could, and then I looked at what was taking up space, and all of a sudden I had this huge iPhoto catalogue, which I hadn't had prior. And the good part about having to delay because of that was apparently the kids had come through and tapped my camera and everything, so everything was out of sync and it was all out of whack, and which is why it's sort of a different view today a little bit. And so I was trying to fix all that up before we came live, so it was just and because I'm still foggy, it was just not working. Yeah, that's a lot of photos. Yeah, I'm a photographer. I mean, I used to be a full-time photographer, so it's what I do. I take a lot of photos.
Just can't stop clicking.
Well,
you should.
sometimes you need to take 20 to get one good one.
Maybe it's like photographers and pro gamers, because they can't stop clicking either, like a mouse.
Well, that's true. Well, I used to be, not a pro gamer, but I used to be a gamer.
No.
Well, I used to work in video games.
That's true.
So did you.
That's
true. How we met.
That is true.
Gamers.
That is true. So we have a lot to talk about today, don't we?
Yeah.
So since the last time we spoke, we've had the Spoil Yourself.
Was it 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago?
We spoke before Spoil Yourself September was launched. So the pre-order has launched.
Yes.
We're very thankful for your support on the pre-order. So to those who have pre-ordered, thank you. To those who haven't, still not too late. You can still pre-order, but I think
I need to update, because we've now gone to the next tier.
Well, now it's regular pre-order pricing. So now the discounts for early birds have ended, but you can obviously still use your subscriber discounts if you've got one.
Yeah.
And some of those items look fantastic. I'm just finalising. Have finalised. I'm just waiting on the proofs for the special release sticker books. They're looking amazing. Minis books look amazing, so it's all in the works, and at this point looking like early November, as we'd said, for dispatch, which is very exciting. So thank you for those who've pre-ordered on that. The other two things that we wanted to talk through today were...
Sorry, I was just trying to find the sound levels because the window went missing. No, that's okay.
Sam's doing her usual distracting and adjusting everything as I talk thing.
Sorry.
So
I need to make sure the sound thing's up, because we're actually it's going too loud because
fair enough. So the Serenity release for Spoil Yourself September looks amazing, and we're super excited about it. Those notebooks, I think, are going to be a hot commodity once they land.
So good.
Yeah, and the pins that Sam's designed as well, they've got hidden messages in little swivels. So that's kind of neat too.
So one of the things that I ended up bumping into this release was there's a really cute little pin. I don't even think... Do I have a preview picture of it? I don't think I do. How can I grab a preview picture quickly? You chat. I'll find a really quick preview picture I can download.
So while Sam's looking for that, I'll just give you a preview of what else we're going to be talking about today. So we've got not full previews. We've got most previews of the shop till you drop.
For some reason the sticker book didn't export correctly, so I'll have to work that out.
We have the shop till you drop kit previews coming up. They're looking amazing. Anyone who's looking forward to, or rather got a reason to put a shopping kit in their planner or in their financial planner, any of those kind of things, this will be really great for. I think you'll be really pleased with this kit.
Yeah.
And I think you'll go absolutely wild for the next kit after that as well. There'll be a bit of a sneak peek of that for those who are really keen on the, or not keen, those who have really got eagle eyes and are watching the previews as we flip through the sticker kits. I think you're going to be very happy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're talking too much about it, but Sam is wearing her Wild shirt today. So we may have some things to talk about Wild, but I don't know where we're at with that.
Depending on what you're thinking, we either can or can't say anything.
Well, there's some things we can share today and some things we can't
So
share
how about
today.
I do the talking about Wild?
Yes, you
Just
do
to
that.
make sure.
That would be best.
Sorry, I just I downloaded one of those WebP things, which I don't think...
Amelia's for fall just arrived.
Yay!
That's excellent.
Hold on, I'm just trying to get my brain together.
So that's it. While Sam's getting her brain
There it
together, just a really quick customer service shipping kind of announcement. Not announcement, just discussion. Customer service, I think Olivia is hitting her stride. There's a few things that I am just giving her some advice on to make sure that we get pushed through. But otherwise, everything there seems to be pretty smooth. And I hope those of you who have spoken to Olivia are really enjoying how prompt and thoughtful she is with her service.
Yep.
That's great. And the other thing is just on shipping. So there is a small delay out of Hong Kong for the next week from the 1st of October to the 7th of October.
Holidays, right?
Because they're on national holiday.
Yeah.
So there will be a small delay if you've picked up anything in that window. And I don't have confirmation yet, but I expect that will hit the Rejuvenate kit because they were due in the 1st of October.
Yeah.
Well, they were supposed to be shipped 2 weeks ago, but they were...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still playing... We're playing catch-up again.
So the holiday will impact that kit. But it's on the way.
And we thank you all for your patience, and especially those people in our Facebook group who are, pardon me, telling, especially new people who are coming in going, hold on, is this meant to be shipping? Thanks for saying, it's worth the wait. And we're doing things here in the back end to try and expedite some things. Brain. Need more coffee. Some things here too. So because we've had a lot, especially when there's a new release that comes out, which we're relying on as a small business. So we're doing our best to sort of get through as much as possible. And of course, when you're sick and you've got sick kids at home, it does tend to put a little bit of an extra strain on things. So we really do appreciate those people who are, really supportive, letting everybody know it's worth the wait, etc.
Yep. The pre-orders, yes. So the Tracy's question, the fall pre-orders, yes, they did get out of Hong Kong. The discussion that I've had with our contact is we seem to be each talking. I ask the same question each month. Why does it take so long to get from Hong Kong to actually showing up on tracking? He gives me the same answer each month. His answer is that it can take anywhere between 7 and 11 days to start showing up on tracking. My question is, but most of the time it seems to take 14 days. What's going on with that? I don't have a great answer out of him for that yet, but I can tell you that all of those fall pre-orders, so that's the notebooks, the notepads, the melodies, the charms, all of those things, they all have shipped.
Because I have noticed that people have received Halloween stuffs because there was no delay on...
Well, the Halloween stuff got shipped earlier because that arrived at the warehouse earlier. We were waiting on the notebooks and the melody covers.
Yeah, so if you ordered the whole lot or anything that included those, they are now in and shipping out. So thank you once again for your patience. Look, I know that we're 2.5 years into COVID or whatever it's been. We're still navigating that as a small size business. We still come up with challenges.
I think our challenge is we're kind of living in a mindset of it's still something to be careful of, but it's business as usual now for us. But our suppliers are still living with those random and rolling shutdowns. Yeah,
exactly.
So we have to worry. We have to sort of take into account that.
I did want to bring up my. I did find my picture. Hold on, where'd it go? Is that it? Yes.
So this is the Serenity, one of the Serenity pins. So both of the pin and the charm have little hidden messages and swivel objects.
Yeah. So this was. Oh, whoops. Sorry.
That's all right. Cover me.
This is one of my favorites. So I got a lot of feedback on something. It was just a quote that I tend to say, which is like, I'm holding it together with washi and stickers, or stickers and washi. And I thought, how cute would that be to turn into a pin? And it's literally like a little sticker heart. And it's got a little piece of washi that sort of rotates over, and you can flick it down so that it's, and you can sort of see in the little version down the bottom where it sort of flicks around. And then underneath it's got, with stickers and washi, but on the top when you've got the washi over it, it says holding it together. So I thought that was like a really cool little,
it's a mental health message.
Yeah, it is. And
it's okay not to be perfect all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And the other thing is too, like, yes, absolutely, it's a mental health message, but it's also, a lot of us use planning and crafting as therapy. It's not actual therapy, but it's our way of sort of stress relief, mindfulness, and it's I wanted that to be a little bit of a reminder of it. It was a really challenging pin to design because it's actually gravity based, because I have to have it so that the washi actually sits in the right spot, and so it was a lot of fun. And it's going to be interesting when I chat to my suppliers. So I'm sort of working through them on the mechanics of it at the moment. So yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, but it's really cute, and if you haven't ordered it, make sure you head over to the website and add that to your cart. Yeah. Okay. Where are we?
so that's kind of the Serenity release. That's shipping and tracking, all those kind of things. We do have some previews to share with you today of
the next kit.
Shop Till You Drop.
Shop Till You Drop. And I'm so sorry for the spelling mistake in the last preview. That's not on anything else. That was just me being half asleep and working. Anyway, here we go. The next kit is Shop Till You Drop. There's the proper there is the proper preview pic for it. There we go. It's a bit more zoomed out now. I don't know why the last one didn't. We can sit back and relax a little bit now.
Excellent. I'm short. What's going on there? There we are. It's better.
So we've got I've sort of lost my spot now.
Shop Till You Drop previews.
Yeah. Shop Till You Drop previews. So you can see our cute little, it's like our shopping hedge down the bottom. It's got some really cute little roses.
So you can disappear into it like Homer Simpson. I'm not here. You did not see me dropping the credit card.
Yeah. And this one has I decided to add like a, it's got a bit of a two-tone sort of feel to it.
Turquoise.
Yeah, the turquoise and sort of like a pinky rose goldish sort of a colour, and then we've got the blacks to sort of bring that home as well. So let me show you through some of the previews for this kit. I really hope that you love it. Before I jump into the previews, I want to say that this it's kind of ironic because this also works for a no spend, because there's also some sort of like bank-in tie-ins to this as well, because I wanted it to not just be for those, splurge moments and shopping trips and everything like that, but sort of on that, for those of us who are trying to, tighten our purse strings and things like that as well. Okay, let's jump through. Hopefully I've done this right. Boom. Oh. Hi.
Hello.
The sticker book didn't come through on the preview, so I do apologise. But as you can see, that's our preview. I'm just going to preview of the box there. Is it going to be more rose gold or silver accents? It's going to be more rose gold, but I'm also working on a few things with the suppliers, just waiting for them to confirm a few bits and pieces. So the
Lachlan is busy narrating a story right now.
Yes. So this one here is our art and welcome card, and you can see that we've got our character there. She's sitting out the front of the shop. She's got her shopping bags around her, and that's got the I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it on the front. And then the flip side of that, you've got the beautiful hedging, and it's got shopping is my therapy. So I'm really loving this. This how this kit has turned out.
I know. I've been watching the credit card bill, Sam.
What are you talking about? I've been good. What month will... This is a really good question by Sticky Stitch.
So this is the kit that is billed on the 1st of October.
So very shortly.
Very shortly. It'll be open for new subscribers either today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you aren't yet signed up.
Probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit later in the month. It's because we've all been sick.
The target ship date for this usually is the 18th, but for this one, it's more likely going to be the 1st of November.
Yeah, a bit later. So we do apologise that it is a little bit later, but we also, when we are on track, we're probably a little bit earlier than most sub boxes. I know that with most you sort of join up and you pay like a sub and a bit in advance. So it's we're playing catch up at the moment.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the art and welcome card, and then we have the stickers. So the stickers, super cute. And we've got some corners at the top. We've got some hedging down the bottom so that you can use those on your boxes or in your bujo. And I try and design so that there is a lot of versatility for all different types of planners. And so we've got the little sale banner in there. We've got some... there's a little bit of Paris in here, but there's not a lot of Paris in here. So it's I hope that you don't mind. I've never been to Paris. You have?
I have. It's grand.
Yeah. So, and we've also got some like cute little nail polishes in there, some florals, and you can see the little banking, like the little credit card sort of things in there. Katie, you such little eagle eyes every time. I hope you're liking that sneak. So the second page does have date dots, a couple of headers. Yes, the sneak for the next kit. Yeah, the black is just like some really nice little pops. And I am not saying anything more about the sneak for the next kit.
Can I?
No.
I'm excited about the next kit.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. It's something that... really cool, literally.
Yeah.
Something that has been requested quite a lot. So keep your eyes out. Hold on. Keep your
eyes peeled.
That one.
Yeah.
So we'll release more of that as we go. And then behind the main sticker, you can't really see it, but there is the folding sticker there. And of course, on the bottom, you can't actually, it's not cut, but you can sort of cut it yourself, just because I can't cut that close to the edge. And that's like another little hedge washi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next up we have, speaking of washi, oh, that was a good little segue across. For the washi for this kit, I had so many ideas on what to do for the washi, and I decided to go for like the little pennants at the top. Now keep in mind that the top of the pennant and the ribbon is actually cut off. What are you doing? No.
Hey, they want me to share details.
No.
I can't help it. Do you need to go to the toilet or something?
No, I do not. No, you are not stealing thunder. I'm going to give you a little, but you're not allowed to steal thunder.
I don't know. Maybe I could be bribed.
I'm still talking about this kit.
No.
Love the banner washi. Yeah, and then we've got the that little hedge as well, and like you can sort of layer that as you go. And let me talk about this kit first. Let me get excited about this kit.
It is fabulous, you're right.
And then the shops as well down the bottom, which I think I created 7 different shops. And how long did these shops?
A long time, Sam. We used to live in Balmain. For those who are in Australia, Balmain's like this little.
Let me see if I can.
I don't know. Would you call it bohemian? It's, I don't know, it's this kind
No,
of
it's-
cool little community that's sort of to
Boutique
it's
sort of,
boutiques, the inner west of Sydney, and there were the street that we had a lot of good times on was Darling Street, which is like the main street in Balmain, and a lot of the shop fronts reminded you of those.
Yeah, and I actually had at one point I had Google Street Maps up, and I was copying. Well, not copying
Using as
exactly, but
inspiration.
like laying things out because what you may, I'm just going to pop this back up again,
Yep.
but like when Holly has been giving me the artwork for this, it's like the window is separate and the door is like that door is from Hugo, and there's also clear doors, and then there's, you know, the sign which is from Masquerade, and so I literally was pasting it all together and making and designing shop windows, and I used to be a visual merchandiser, so it was actually like a really cool throwback to when I used to literally design window fronts. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, but there's 8 different shops, and yes, the shop names. Okay, the shop names. Thank you so much, Autumn, for some shop name love, because that was really hard to do. I think I've got Vintage Chick, and then Chapter 3 for the bookstore. And then there's the Sweet Art shop as well, which has been slightly stylized to fit this kit. And the Bean. And I'm trying to think of what else I did. There's another paper, so I'll have to, it might be the next paper. Hold on. No, yes. Oh, they're so tiny. I can't remember. The florist. There's a florist, which I can't remember what. Oh, Oops a Daisy.
Oops a Daisy.
Which was one of the things that Lockie used to say when he was super, super little, and it was my favourite thing to hear him say. And then there's, Sweet Art. There's, I'm trying to remember all the things. Vintage Chick.
Leave it as a surprise. It's a bit of
Chic.
mystery.
Sorry, Chic, not Chick. I always say that wrong. There's a little garden. So there's a whole bunch of little bits and pieces in there, and that's got the aquamarine / Tiffany blue inspired sort of
teal, turquoise.
Teal,
It's that colour. I love it.
Yeah. Backing, and then the second paper is I've gone for a dark behind. I wanted to do a black, but it just felt too harsh for the rest of the kit. I might do that as like a separate
maybe in the digital.
In the digital kit, yeah. And this is sort of just the florals in this really nice, pretty pattern. And that's got the blush behind, and then a very shopping inspired. It's got tiny little love hearts in the back, which look like dots from this angle, and the shopping bags and the cute little bows as well. And then we have the specialty papers, which is a black floral. So that's why I said, like, it's not necessarily rose gold for everything, but it's got little pieces in there. And then so that was the acetate, and then the vellum is the shop fronts, because didn't work a week on those, do not use them everywhere. And I said to Michael, because Michael walks in and he's like, "You've been working on that for a week now.
Yeah.
Are you sure?" And I'm like, this is my feature paper. Like, I think for fall, one of the feature papers, it took, like, we recorded me working on that, and that was 8 hours worth of recording. Yeah. And that was obviously done over, I think, 2 days.
Something like that.
And then we had to speed it up for a 5-minute. But it's that sort of thing. So, and I said, no, this is literally the flagship, and it's based on, I did have it over here. I've moved it. But yes, it was based on Main Street. But obviously I just completely redid, well, not completely dude.
Yeah.
Notifications off, please. Silent them.
Sorry, I don't know how to. Silent my whole phone.
Yes, you
Silent
do.
mode on.
Okay, and then we're coming back up. What's next? We've got, that's a great stamp set, Sam. Obviously the stamps didn't export to, there's a whole, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of icons and bits and pieces there, which are really helpful for managing your banking and icons and stuff.
I could use that stamp set.
Fail. The pen is one of the things I am waiting on confirmation from my suppliers, because I am trying to do black hardware for this kit. It is something that they are a little bit more particular about. So if it's not black, it will be the next tier is a rose gold. So I will confirm that for you next week. Okay, and then we're going to go on to the paper pack. So this is the additional paper pack, and this one, I think I really like this one. This is sort of like the banking side of it. So I made cute little cards to go with. So there's like a savings and a spendings and some rewards cards for your coffees. And in the back, it's got the stripes. And I don't know if you can see at home, but it's got the highlighter from PAU. So the stripes are meant to be like, you know, when you're going through your banking and you're highlighting the, you know, all your expenses and things like that, and you're marking them all off. So yeah, that's what those lines are in the background. It's got the sort of penny-ish colours. I don't know about American pennies, but like Australian pennies were like that copper, weren't they?
Yeah,
or 5 cents.
Pennies
Yeah,
are copper.
Yeah.
A nickel is and a dime are silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's got the cute little piggy banks as well, which I don't think I've got the die cuts here as well, but the cute little piggies are in the die cuts, and there's the little sign, the door sign as well in the die cuts, and there's a whole bunch of really cute, and the floral Eiffel Tower. My brain when I don't have it up in front of me. Yeah, so yeah, there are a few things that I'm just waiting to hear back from suppliers on, because everybody's sort of commenting on the pen and things like that. So we will definitely let you know. Either way, it's going to be gorgeous. Love, love, love the piggies. There's a lot of piggy love in here, and they're so cute. Did I miss it? Amelia? Yeah. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Okay, so paper pack. Back to the paper pack. We've got. The second paper is the hedging. So it's got all those beautiful florals, which makes some really nice, just like paper pattern that you can use either way.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, let me just go back to this. A lot of the, I don't know if you can see, you can't, but when I was designing this, I've designed it so that it doesn't just face one way, so that if you wanted to use it, I mean, I know the stripes go horizontally, but if you wanted, you could also tilt the opposite direction. I've been trying to do that more with at least a couple of the papers. I know all the papers don't work that way, like the shops and things like that, but I've been trying to add some bits where they're not necessarily straight, if that, like, or not necessarily all facing in the same direction. Does that make sense?
So you could use it as either portrait or landscape orientation.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then the third paper is the cute little piggies. And this, what just happened? I just moved. The cute little piggies, and then we've got that sort of brown backing on that. And you can see it's got the little spendings card, and some of them have got some details on them as well. It's got some florals and some pennies, and yeah, it's really cute little paper. Oops. Yeah, so that's the...
I was expecting one more piece of artwork, and then you've just come to me, and I'm like...
Yeah, look excited. Well, I don't know what that last one is. Oh, that's another copy of the Vellum and the Acetate, because you get another copy in the paper pack.
There you go. Now I can be prepared, because you showed the extra piece.
Whoops.
I was just thinking, shall I have another drink, or shall I wait?
No.
And then... Surprise, you're on camera.
Surprise! Yeah, so, thank you so much. I love this colour combo. Yeah, I really wanted it to just be like a really simple sort of colour scheme so that it's, you know, bright, and I really struggle with financials. I hate them. I don't do numbers well. So anything that sort of helps me to want to look at that stuff is, yeah, that's the idea of it. Oh, and the other thing is too, there's also...
Should we call Combank and get them to change their yellow and black colour scheme to turquoise and pink?
Yeah, that'd help. The other
Hey guys, just done some research with my wife.
Yeah.
N equals 1, best kind of research.
The other thing that is in there is there's like, I know a lot of people use money envelopes, especially in the States and things like that. So I've got, or receipt envelopes as well. So I've got stickers and die cuts and things like that as well. And in the sticker book there is like some icon, like I've been trying to do some functional icons as well as deco as well. So yeah, there's a lot of that.
Love it.
Yeah, and also for those people, so who yeah, love the idea of the paper going both ways. Remember that in the my brain just died. In the Luxe inserts, there is the full, like, so if you use a classic, it's scaled to work on that in the portrait size. So like the shopping with the shop strips is made big enough to print out in that bigger side. In the fall kit, was it? Oh, we'll come back to that, Caroline. Yeah. So there we go. Marisol uses the cash envelope system as well. I know that is quite popular, so I really wanted to make little icons so that people, and not only that, but icons for like credit and savings and things like that, and the piggy bank, just so you can have little reminders in your planner about when to use all that. Yes, I will be posting sticker book previews before the charge, absolutely. And yeah, I don't think I've really done a kit that could be used in a budget planner before, so I really wanted to make sure that I did do one of those sorts of kits. So even though this is like a shopping style kit, it's also a budget planner, like perfect for a budget planning style kit. I'm working on a cash planner for my teen daughter. Oh, that's such a great idea. Well, yeah, this is perfect. So yeah.
Budgets and shopping go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do. I'm with Denise. Thinking about finance stuff makes me physically ill. I do too. I have a really visceral, is that the right word? Reaction to finances and.
That is the correct word.
Oh. Anywho. I love math. I love numbers, but I hate a budget because it always tells me what I can't have. Oh, feels. Yeah, so, I mean, anything that makes that a little bit prettier. I really struggle with time. Hello. I think we all know that by now. And scheduling and stuff like that. And that's one of the reasons behind PA was to make your planner pretty so that it makes you want to use your planner more often. So, like, because my primary planner, and I mean, I'm going to admit this because I know a lot of people's primary planner is digital. So my primary planner is Google. It's the thing that yells at me. It's the thing that beeps at me. It, drives me absolutely nuts. And I can't get that from my pretty planner. But my pretty planner is sort of half memory keeping, half therapy, half mindfulness, half,
It's a lot of halves.
It is.
You need
As I said, I don't math.
You need to get some math advice.
Yeah, it's overrated.
It's funny because my primary planner is a whiteboard.
Mm-hmm.
I like to have a physical in front of me, and that's how I know that I can get things done.
Yeah.
I get completely overwhelmed by the digital world and all of the digital to-do lists. And as soon as there's a digital to-do list, I have a lot of trouble because I can see that there's too much to do there and I just completely shut down.
That's why you've got to make it work for you.
Not going to do it. Yeah, so you just press the delete button, you turn it all off.
No.
And you use your whiteboard because your whiteboard is controllable. It's right there.
Should I start writing on your whiteboard then?
No, because it needs to be controllable.
Yeah, I don't mind doing monthly budget, but the outcome is usually depressing. Oh, so yeah, I know. But hopefully this at least makes it a little bit prettier to do. So, yeah, I really wanted to do something to sort of brighten that part of my planner because I feel like I haven't really done it to this extent before. So I hope that everybody loves those previews. Yeah. Yeah, I used to say that all the time a long time ago. Yeah, it's all about, making it pretty. And, my planner is my, I don't have it out on my desk at the moment because I pulled it apart to take some photos the other day. But, it's that really, at one point, at my best point in time before I sort of got sidetracked by mental health issues and things like that, is I used to have my planner on a book stand on the side of my, to the side of my screen. And that way I could always look at it. And I really liked having the Melody jacket because even though it was wider, I would have like a strip down the side of all the pretty die cuts and they would sort of like hang out off to the side and the pins, the magnetic pins and all that. Anyway, I digress. It's been a while since I've been on. I miss my people.
I know.
I miss my people.
It's good.
Although my voice is starting to go a little. So that is the majority of the shop till you drop kit.
Yeah.
I will be putting up more previews of the got excited of these stickers.
I'll go check that.
I will be putting up more previews of the stickers before Recharge Day, which is on on the 1st / end of the month, for depending on where you are in the world. Yeah, my planner is on a book stand below my screen. Yeah, and that's it's that constant reminder that is always there in front of you, right? And hopefully always inspiring you. So I do love that. My kids used to lean on my whiteboard. Yeah, Michael's actually mounted his up to the wall now because we have that exact same problem. I can't use a whiteboard. I end up not seeing it. It doesn't beep. But my planner, because I leave it out in front of me and it's pretty, I want to constantly look at it. What was that?
I have no idea.
Was it Indy? Is she okay?
I didn't go check Indy. She's
Oh.
upstairs.
That's what I thought.
But the
I thought
noise
it came
wasn't
from
upstairs. It was out the front.
No, it came from upstairs.
Oh, I'll be back.
I can send her a message.
No, I'll be back.
Okay, let's move on to the next part. I want to do, you know what? Let's do show and tell. Is that the right show and tell? Let me just jump over. Oops, that is the wrong one. Hold on, let me just drop in the new one. Okay, so this week's show and tell. Oh, actually, before we jump into it, let's just say, if you don't know what show and tell is our segment where we show off a whole bunch of creations, artworks, everything that, a whole bunch of people have made using our products. So if you want to be featured, at the moment we are just scouring our Facebook group, but coming up we will be doing a further search on Instagram. Use the tag PA Show and Tell for your chance to be featured. Now, we can't feature everybody, unfortunately, as much as we would like to, but we try and grab a whole bunch. At the moment, just to let you all know, it seems like because we have an automated thing which pulls out a whole bunch, but it doesn't pull out names and things like that, just due to privacy on Facebook and the connection. So we have to then go in. So we actually don't know whose piece it is until we literally add it to our shortlist, and then we have a look through. But it does seem to be missing some, so I've got to sort of troubleshoot and work out why that's missing. So if you haven't been featured, it's nothing, I promise it is nothing personal, it's just potentially a technical glitch. But the way to do it is make sure, so PA Show and Tell has to be in your in the first part of your not your comment, but like the actual post. I've noticed that if people are putting show and tell, because we all put it right at the end, right? But if it's too far down, there's a big chunk of text, it doesn't seem to pull it across for us. I don't know, there must be like a character limit. If you put that at the start and then do your little spiel on what you've done, there's a higher chance of it coming through to us. And also a nice square cropped image does help as well, because we can't actually recrop with the pull-in. Anyway, that's a little bit of a sort of technical, boring, behind-the-scenes bit, but I wanted to just have a chat about that to make sure that everybody sort of could have a chance at being featured, because I love featuring as many people as possible. And there are some other questions coming through. I'm definitely going to go back through them once we get to Q&A at the end. Okay, so show and tell. This week we have a gorgeous Riviera layout, weekly layout by Sharon. I love this. This is so sweet, and I love the fussy cutting as well with the arches, and it's got the, you've kept the boats in, which is so cute. And hold on, you've put a cute little mini on top of the boat, and I really, really, really love that you've still kept that split of the towns that I made at the top, and you've laid over the top the square boxes, or not square, but the rectangular boxes over the top too. That I really love the creativity here. Thank you so much for sharing. I feel like these might be older. Hold on, I've pulled in the wrong one. Just give me 1 second. Sort by. Hold on, here it is. I was going to say, I feel like I've talked about that one before. Okay, let's start again. Okay, so Kelly has made a gorgeous layout using Sakura. I love this monthly shouldn't say weekly, it's monthly. Michael has been helping me with the details on these. So this is a monthly layout by Kelly. I love the washi. I love that you've got it in the Sakura planner. And it's just all beautiful and completely matching. And I love the washi, the petals as well, and the charm at the top. Thank you so much. Then we have from Bianca some gorgeous journaling boxes using our, it was a 2 kits. So it was the All for Fall kit, digital kit, creative kit, and the For the Booze creative kit 2. So I love these journaling boxes, and it's actually quite funny because journaling boxes are something that I have got on my to-do list for digital downloads. So I actually really enjoyed seeing these because I hadn't put the lines in mine. I think I had my stock standard grid because that way it works for both ways, but I do quite like it with the lines. So this was gorgeous. Thank you so much for sharing. Next up is by Tracy, and Tracy did a really super cute For the Booze weekly layout. And it looks like, please correct me if I'm wrong, I think Tracy's in the chat. It looks like you've literally printed it straight onto, so that way you could get the nice gorgeous black background, and put all the all the artwork in the boxes already straight in there, which is a really great way to do it. One thing I will say to everybody is if you are, I'm just going to hide this for a sec, if you are thinking of attempting that, yes, Michael's back.
Hello.
Was it Indy?
No, India's fine.
Okay. One thing I will say about doing that is, yes, it will take up a lot of ink, and secondly, you do need, if you're printing that much black, the thicker the paper, the better, because otherwise it will warp your paper. Printing tip. Little things I've learned. But, I mean, as you can see, the effect is absolutely gorgeous and totally worth it. Oh, and allow it extra time to dry. Laurie has done a really cute, it's sort of a bit of both here. It's got, there's the weekly layout with the corners. I love the corners and the cute little squirrel. And the folding, I'm doing the action for folding. And the folding planner. And then we've got PAU in the background with the pens. Which, can you remind me to bring up the pens in a second?
Just a second.
Yep, hold on. I'll just grab a pen and I'll put it down. So that I remember. I'm sure that I'll go, what's that there for? Oh, whoops. This is what happens when I haven't done a background. So this is a gorgeous spread from Carly Ann for Northern Lights. Really love this layout. It's super gorgeous and pops full of colours. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing, Carly Ann. Next up by Nancy, we've got a really cute little Riviera planner layout. Planner setup. So we've she made the dashboard. We've got George on the front there hanging outside his villa. And I love that you've used the Riviera, what's it called? Lifesaver, life preserver ring with the ribbon over the top. Wow, my words are not great today. Then next up, Kelly did an amazing set of dividers. I love it. I love. Yep, I can't say anything more than I absolutely love this. I love that you've done, and this is one of the things, I really try and make it so that you can use the papers really simply, and if you want, then you just print out like a die cut, or you use one of the die cuts in the kit and just slap that over the top, and all of a sudden you've got a really cool divider. It's simple. Yeah. Then we've got by Tracy. Tracy has done a birthday card. Oh, did you read in the comment whose birthday? Nope. Okay. Happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is. I usually like to say happy birthday.
I did. I said how I replied happy birthday. I think it was her daughter.
Oh, happy birthday to your daughter. Which is super cute, and I love all the minis. It feels very cheery, and I love that you've used the double width banner at the bottom with all the minis too. Leslie made a gorgeous PAU gratitude journal entry. I always love looking at Leslie's gratitude journals, just because I like they just work in amongst all the graphics, and yeah, I'm sort of appreciating how well your spacing is around the banner. Little things that I go crazy for in my designs. Yeah, anyway, really cute. Love it. What was that? Okay, and next up we got one from Sharon, which is, I think she said this was one of her first junk journal entries. And if this is your first, this is completely unfair to the rest of us who do not do anything that good looking. Because it looks amazing.
I'm sure I've seen a lot of Sharon stuff in the group in the last couple of weeks, and it's all incredible.
Yeah, I think she said this was like a brand new junk journal. Like,
All right.
she's just venturing into the junk journal sort of part. And yeah, that's completely not fair if that's your first junk journal entry to the rest of us.
Looks amazing.
Yeah, this way, yes, Lucky. And then next we have another one by Kelly. Kelly's done a really gorgeous all for fall weekly spread. Looks like a B6-ish size. I really, really love that you've used the paper, like one of our papers faded off into the background. That is absolutely gorgeous. And I feel like that's a fur and you. I can't remember what she calls them, but the clip at the background, and I love them. They are so detailed and so beautiful. Anywho, and I love that you've got the sidebar in there, and you've got the double photo frame up in the top corner too. So many beautiful details. Oh, Janique, I hope you're still in. I'm probably saying your name really wrong, and I do apologize. Is it Janique? The weekly spread and the bookmark and the pocket. Yeah. It's just, it's all good. I love it. It's so sweet. And you've got the washi up the top, and down the bottom, and it's in your sunflower. Yay, the sunflower planner. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, all of this show and tell are ultimate goals. Yes, absolutely. Bianca, I really like this. So Bianca showed us that, you know, even if you're using a book or a Hobonichi or a cousin or a passion planner, you can always print out the papers and just throw them straight in, and then you've got a double page spread. So I really, I say it really well. Okay, thank you. Oh, good. I was worried I was butchering Janique's name. Yeah, so it's really easy just to print out those papers and throw them in, and just to have a really nice feature as you're flipping through. It will make your book nice and chunky, but who doesn't love a bit of chunk? Here's another one that I haven't done the background for. Go Sam! Woohoo! Sorry, Bianca. Bianca did a really lovely journaling layout of Milk Bar. I love the melting caramel chocolate washi strips, and just the feels of this kit was, it was a very heavily themed kit, but one of my absolute favorites. I know what you're about to do, and don't do it.
Why not?
Do you want to sell them? Well, you're gonna have to do it now because they're all like, what's he doing? Bring the thunder. Anyway, I'm gonna continue. Sharon, well, you did say Sharon's been sharing a lot. Here's another one. This was another junk journal / creative weekly layout, using Huga. Again, like, absolutely stunning. Really love it. Love all the layers in here. And yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. I love the washi down the bottom, the little feature, just the little details of sort of laying out your picture. Anyway, it's beautiful. I still just want to chill out in that chair with my socks and my blankie. Laurie has done a gorgeous For the Booze layout as well. And oh, the kitty cats. Michael found the melody sample. He did.
Where's your camera, Katie?
Shh. Yeah, Katie's got a secret camera in here somewhere. Maybe she's tapped into our Ring cameras.
Maybe she has.
I really love this because it's got the spider webs on in the background, and the little cats walking along the box lines. Oh, yes, and I love the little cats walking. That was one of the things I had in my head when I asked Izzy to draw the cats. So, yeah, really cute, really love it. Love the creativity. And then Sami, we've got, did a beautiful Dream Chaser layout with, yeah, just, I mean, this is what I mean. Like, even if you don't use a box-based planner, there are so many different ways to use. Like, I love the washi across here. I love the features. I love that you've also got our little PA Live sticker in there. You've got the folding planner sticker and a whole bunch of deco. I really enjoy it, and I love seeing how versatile and how well everybody else brings up different ways of using it, because you all inspire me to keep creating different bits and pieces. What's next? Kate Withers has done a beautiful Riviera, and I feel like I just want to go on holiday with this. And I feel like this isn't just a planner spread. I feel like this is a reminder of your goals and your goal setting, because there's a picture of, and I have no idea where that is, sort of like a Bali-esque type pool, like an infinity pool.
Either, wherever it is, it looks
wherever it
amazing.
is, I want to be there. Yeah, and you've got your swimmers there, and you've got the beautiful buildings and the tiles, and there's like a little checklist at the top, which I think says food. And I love that you've used the clear. What is it? The clear stickers with the foil, the headers, the script headers, there's the word, on that as well. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a big show and tell today because we haven't had one in a little while. And then a really cute little mini spread by Tanya. Tanya. Yeah. I was like, how do I pronounce the A? And I love that you've got the little jar and you've put the gnome in a jar. Yeah. It's super cute. And I love and I actually think there's also some Forest Falls. No, not Forest Falls. What was the one in between? Woodland Wonders. In there too, with the background at the top.
The mushroom, the squirrel.
And the mushroom and no, the squirrel was new.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I really love that too. And then by Samantha, we've got some Halloween prep, and this was epic. Did you see how much was in this?
I did. This was amazing.
Yeah.
This makes me want to go to Halloween at Samantha's place.
I know, right? I need to shout out some love for the because I made the skeletons into cookies, so the mini skeletons into cookies. I just need to share some love for the fact that you made that big and that you've printed that out, because that got me. I love that. Yeah, epic. And I love the little the tag. I'm like doing the signs and the booklets, and then you've got the pin in the background. It's all good. And this is the last one by Laurie. Laurie, I really enjoyed this. So this is the using the.
I'm not sure if this is the digital kit or the physical kit. I think.
Yeah, because it's got the vellum in there.
I think Laurie's physical kit may have arrived.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, has it arrived yet? Because we've got that gorgeous sheet of vellum in there, and this is the thing. This is a lot of people do ask us, how do I use the acetate and the vellum? Here's a great example of it. So I really love how that's done. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. There's so much inspiration.
It sure is.
Like, wow. And yeah, it helps me to keep going. And one of the things I wanted to say is there was a post in the group about bright green
about the pens,
about picking up the actual die cut instead and how realistic they are. You're not the only one. I've done that a few times where I've had them out on the table and grabbed the wrong.
She's handed me one, and I'm like, what?
Whoops.
Just after a pen. Not that difficult.
Yeah. So we did have a few comments as we go through. I think we'll go through all the comments at the end. But you can show that if you want to. But
I do.
I think you need to caveat out.
So when we launched the Milk Bar kit, we were super excited about it, to the point that we toyed around with a melody for it, and Sam in fact has gone ahead and designed one. Not just designed one,
We actually got it sampled.
Sampled them because she just loves this kit so much.
I did. And it was like I wanted to make like an ad on the back. So, yeah, we got them sampled. It's got the ice cream stack on the inside. And then it sort of...
So the milk bar kit didn't perform as well as we thought, and therefore we had to...
Scrap it.
We made the decision to not produce the melodies because we were worried that... Because I guess...
Yeah. There's very high minimums for a melody.
There are high minimums, and they cost a lot. So we are... It's there if we wanted to use it at some point, but we're super nervous about whether or not we'd actually be able to sell them, and if we didn't sell them all, then problems. But it's one of those items that's...
Yeah.
It's on the forever maybe pile, I guess.
Exactly. I'm trying to bring up.
I'm so
something
confused
else.
with what
you
you're doing.
Chat. You keep chatting because I'm trying to bring up.
All right.
I want to show something that I wanted to download before the live, and I completely forgot.
Sam's going to drop her own thunder.
I need to give me a little.
All right, you do need a little thunderbolt thing. So I guess from a melody point of view, we always design, or not always, but a lot of the time Sam will design a melody around it, and we have to make a judgment call on whether we think we would sell enough of them. But as it stands, there's only the two, and we don't know if they'll make it into production.
Yeah.
Hopefully they will, but I'm not going to say definitely.
Well, I've had those for a long time now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still a good kit, and we still liked it. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe we're not gonna close the door completely on it, but
yeah,
it's not a right now thing.
No,
unfortunately. So I saw a couple of comments about digital kits, particularly around the fall kind of things. So we're working together to work out how we can provide better digital products. We think we've got a few plans on exactly how to do that. To be perfectly honest, we're looking to start that reinvigoration, I guess, with Christmas and New Year kind of kits, because that's, I think, the time frame that we're looking at to get them out, and then obviously people like to use them beforehand. So that's kind of.
So I'm being distracting on you.
You are being very distracting.
Sorry.
So from a digital kit perspective, I don't know that we'll necessarily get Woodland Wonders kits out this year, but we're certainly doing what we can to get a few different options for the holiday season, being sort of Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate at that time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm being very distracting.
You are.
Bug just flew into my nose.
I am just conscious that I'm hearing Lachlan on the toilet and I need to go.
Oh, okay.
So I can't.
Yeah. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so come back in a sec, and he what?
He fooled me.
He fooled you. Okay. I'm just grabbing because there's something else I wanted to show.
So Sam is very excited because in March she gets to travel the world again. She's planning on being in DC for about a week for Wild, and then we're making a few other stops. Well, not we. She's making a few other stops along the way. So she's working very hard about the Wild. We usually purchase a Wild merch license, and we'll be doing that again once they're available.
Absolutely.
We don't know the timing of that, so we can't share that we have that for sure, or any products or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we are planning a bunch of really special products around the event.
Yeah, absolutely.
So stay tuned on that one.
Yeah, I do have sort of an unofficial-ish wait list going off on the website. So if you are interested in hearing about our Wild drops, you can find it through going through the menu system under new release, and then there's like a Wild thing there. But yeah, as for actual products and things like that, we need to wait for the Wild licenses to come out, which shouldn't be too far away, I think. hopefully.
Hopefully. Usually it's the first week or, about October,
Well,
you said.
it changes. So we're just waiting to hear back from Team Wild. But I am so excited to be flying over. I'm sort of working out my itinerary at the moment. I did see this and I meant to comment on it as well. I'm super excited to meet up with everybody, and maybe we can organise something while we're over there, and I'll put something in the group and say this is when, I work something out, because I know that once you're there, well, especially for myself, it gets really crazy really quickly. And there's like I always torn in a million different sort of directions on where to go. So I am beyond excited that I get to travel back over. But yeah, it will be just me and not the family, because it's too impossible to travel.
During the school term as well.
Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to meeting the PA's Zoom group and anybody else who can make it. I'm not, however, looking forward to the 20-plus hour flight to make it there. At what point?
Well, it's 14 hours.
Does it go the other way around?
London. It's 14 hours to get to the west coast, and then another 5 hours to the east coast. So it's 19 hours plus a layover an hour or so. Not that. Don't be that dramatic. It's 24 hours to get to London, and that includes an hour layover in like Singapore or Kuala Lumpur or Dubai or something like that.
It's so long.
You're gonna have a ball.
As long as my pit stop in the middle isn't as dramatic as last time, that's fine. I can handle it.
Yeah.
And
for those not going, because we know that Wild is one of those events that not everyone can get to.
Yes.
The items that we'll be releasing can be used regardless of if you're going or not. And if you feel like it's something for you and you want to grab that, then by all means do.
Yeah.
I mean, I think from a personal perspective, one of the great things about the last edition for Go Wild that we did, which was SoCal themed, was that really it's a little bit. Yes, it's designed for the conference, but there's only really one or two elements that you'd feel out of place if you weren't going to the conference using.
Yeah.
So I think for the SoCal release, if you didn't go to the conference, probably a bit awkward to use the little badge that says I attended Go Wild in 2020.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was just a really lovely beach.
Yeah.
Not tropics, but beach themed kind of kit. Not really beach, holiday themed.
Holiday themed. Yeah. So, and even if you're not going, if there's usually like llamas and things like that in there too. So if you do like the llamas, then there's still, something in there for everyone.
And I hear that time of year is a cherry blossom festival in DC. So
it's just I've been looking at the times when they bloom and when they're green and all that sort of stuff, and it's just after I leave. I would have to stay there for like 3 weeks in DC.
What would you do for 3 weeks in DC?
I don't know.
Go and read all the books in the libraries.
No. Sammy doesn't read.
January, you could, if the Ravens are still playing, no, it's January, it's not March.
March.
No, you can't even go see Ravens games. I don't know what you'd do.
Hang out on
figure it out.
The basin. Hang out at the basin. Can you do that? Because that's where it's all pretty and by the water and all that sort of stuff. It is. Look, not going to lie, Wild is a huge expense, and especially for us here, like just to fly over is more than most people in the States spend on their whole trip. So absolutely, completely get it. And for me, if you go onto our Instagram, at the back end of our, if you go to the highlights reels, the buttons at the top, our Instagram's really neglected at the moment. I do apologise. But if you scroll all the way to the back of the highlights, there's 3 different highlights, and it's not just Wild, but it's my whole trip. You can see me crying over the fact that I'm at Hogwarts and how excited I am. You can see me behind the scenes at Wild, and I do plan on doing all those types of videos again. So even if you're not traveling, you can travel vicariously with me. I am trying to go to Disney. I've never been to Disney before, if the budget permits. So if you want to see someone who's never been to Disney before who gets crazy excited about it, if our budget extends that far, then you can live vicariously how I like to live vicariously through my USA friends at the moment. For me, it's definitely a business expense.
It is.
Yeah. You travel and then come back at the end of the 3 weeks. I'm sure between all of us, we can give you lots of places to see and go in between. Yeah, I think the biggest problem with going for that long is that I have to then have 2 months worth of kits created and proofed before I go, because there's no real way to do that reliably once I'm over there, because I need my little command central. It's, I know it's not for everyone. And then maybe, last year was California, this year, was California, last Wild, which would have been brilliant because that's such an easier stop for us. And they change it every year to try and make it easier for other people to come. So next year is on the East Coast. So they might bring it more central the year after or back over to the other side. Who knows?
Either way,
not me.
it's fun, and you get to see all of the new things in the planner world, and
and not only that, meet people. Yeah. So one of the biggest things is, I don't know anybody, and I can definitely really relate to that because I was really anxious about that flying over the first time. I didn't really know as many people. I'd spoken to a couple of people online, like Bess and all that, but didn't really know anyone when I got there. And I'm trying to think, is that accurate? I'm like, I don't think I did really know.
No, you didn't.
I sort of had spoken to a couple of people, but nothing major, and made some lifelong friends there who I chat to every day. So, it's sort of what you make of it, and it's fun.
Yeah.
The cherry blossoms, some years they bloom early. I did notice that one year they bloomed at the end of February. So I was like, am I that lucky? Okay, guys, let's buy all the things so Sami has a Disney budget, then claim her business.
I think you're going to have a lot of people visiting Disney with you as well.
Yeah. Pardon me. I've got a fair few people who are wanting to take me to Disney. I have one of my very close planner buddies who
you just have
is
to work
taking
out
me at the moment.
What costume you're going to dress in.
Oh, no, you can't dress in costume at Disney.
Why not?
Because there's rules about, you can park play. You can go inspired by costume, but you can't dress in costume because it can be confusing for younger kids, and then there's people who are not acting because there's very strict rules on how the staff need to act, and some people who dress up really well.
I get you.
There's a term for it.
Park play?
No, it's not park play. It's something else. But there's this whole thing on it, and I had my Rapunzel outfit picked out for my Tangled.
Your hair's not long enough.
It doesn't matter. It's not dressing up as, it's inspired by.
I see.
I was going to do, because that's my Disney princess.
I get it.
Yeah.
Good show.
Okay, so one more thing before I go into Q&A that I just wanted to show off. I need to bring my mouse over here.
Disney bounding.
That's it, Disney bounding. Thank you.
Thank Randy for that.
Yeah, thanks, Randy. That is the term. So, Disney bounding. Because it's not cosplay, because cosplay is like the full-on dressing up. But, Disney bounding. Did a whole bunch of research on this. I even have my Rapunzel ears, which I wore during Go Wild to try and make myself feel a bit better while I was at home. I just wanted to share... Yeah, this is it. This is the explanation. Wearing real clothes that are themed after Disney character, but that you can't be mistaken for that character by small children. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
So, because there's very strict rules about the characters and stuff
like that. You don't want to shatter a kid's dream.
Exactly. Okay, now what I wanted to... Oh, my hair is long enough for this. Now, Dilla.
It's true.
Okay, so there's a couple of things I wanted to show before we jump into Q&A. For those who haven't jumped over to Notable lately, I had a little bit of fun. And I had this idea in my head, and I've made, because everybody loved the minis so much, I created some hooded onesies. So the onesies are brand new. And some cardies, so the winter, the snuggle cardies, because they are quite thick. They're like a home sort of, snuggle up while you're planning cardie, and the hooded blankets. And let me see if I can bring up the other image. This is sort of like a picture of the collection, but there's you can't see I hovered over the wrong one. But there's this really cool one. The blanket, the snuggle hooded blanket, which is showing the wrong view as the first item there. It's actually the outstretched wings that you can see the guy wearing in the background. So it looks like they're literally wrapping around you. And the back of the onesie also has the wings, but they're like folded in and folded down. So I was super excited to sort of create a little bit something different. So if you love that, now is the time to buy one of those, grab them, and they will. Do you know how long roughly those ones take? Say for in US sort of delivery, because Halloween inspired.
Yeah, I think it averages about 3 weeks. The onesies and the so the onesies, the snuggle hoodies, those kind of products are produced in China.
Yay!
In a really cool factory.
Sorry, I was yaying at something Bianca said. Just timing.
But they so they'll take about 3 weeks. It's about 2 or 3 days production if all is going well, and then 2 or 3 weeks shipping.
Yeah. So sorry, I was actually yaying at Bianca's. I get to order my leather jacket Thursday. Yay! Yeah, I'm not a Halloween person, but that cardie looks divine. Yeah, the cardies, I'm wanting to order one for myself. And Sam, tell your husband that any time is a good time for a cardie, because this is the thing, like the hooded, like the snug hoodie, which is like all closed off, is great, but you definitely get too warm in those. Whereas the cardie, you can sort of like leave it a little bit open, so there's a bit more airflow and it's not as boiling. I mean, it's a snug winter one, but I mean, winter's only a couple of seasons away as well. And I like to snuggle up in them late at night anyway, during summer. Are
you going Jon Snow on us? Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Well, no, winter's just left here, right? I don't know.
Winter's always coming.
It's spring. Winter is always coming.
It's like tomorrow. Tomorrow's always coming.
Yeah, so if you have ever wanted to order from Notable, now is the time. Yeah. We've just jumped up those new ones and they are absolutely so cute. I'm sure it's a business expense.
Totally.
I'm sure that somehow you could relate it back to... Yeah.
The accountant will buy that, surely.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. That's between you and your accountant.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just really wanted to share those because those were a lot of fun, and they're like watercolor-esque bones, so they don't look absolutely perfect like what you see in a lot of ones that are on the shop. They're done in our distinct style. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun, and those were completely inspired by everybody loving on the skeletons, the minis. And I'm like, how cool would it be if you could dress up as the minis? And what a lot of people don't know is, so each of those minis were, so when I designed them, I literally got every single little bone and reposed it to how I needed.
It surprises nobody.
No. And then to create the onesies, got the bones made bigger and then put them in the right spots, which was all sorts of fun. Yeah. So yeah, grab a onesie. Anyway, let's go through, and also I hear that DC is cooler. So, you know, I may need to wear a onesie at DC. And the onesies come up to, what is it? 2XL? I think it is. They go quite large anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so anywho, let's go back through. I'm just going to see if there's any questions.
I did see a few questions. Most people put Q in front, so
yes.
Why don't you do your Q filter?
I'll do my Q filter. Well, because there was a few people who didn't.
If you did ask a question, you didn't put a Q filter. Could you type it again with a Q filter, please?
Yeah. Q. In the fall sub kit, was there supposed to be a black and a gold? Okay, so on that, we screwed up. And forgot to tell our supplier that it was us, gold. Wasn't it? That it was a gold. And so they did the black, and I said, well, this is a really important kit that it's gold. So we ended up getting a second one done with the gold.
Where's your sample?
I don't know. It's out of the way. So we ended up getting a second one done and then said to them, just pack both copies of it in so that everybody gets basically an extra... piece of acetate.
It should be, and I can't find Sam's sample because there's millions of things on the floor. But if it wasn't, it's probably just a packing mistake at the the supplier. Yeah, if you've only got one,
yeah. So the The black one was a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the foil one was a bonus. The black one was a bonus. One of them was a bonus. Or a bonus. Extra bonus. Whatever. Bonus. Okay. Did we work out a hashtag for the promos videos? Okay. So, on that, Michael has to go over it first. But we actually made a submission form separately where you can upload the upload the actual files, and then it goes to our Google Drive so that we can access them. We're just going through it's like the legal sort of making sure we've got the approvals and stuff like that.
It's that way you're basically giving us permission to use it for advertising purposes, but you're also retaining the ownership yourself. So we're not saying we made it, we're just saying you've let us very generously use this to advertise with.
Yeah, so we do thank you for bringing that back up, because that was something that we did start working on it. It's like 95% done. And once that's completed, we'll make sure to put it in the Facebook group and
pinned at the top.
Pinned at the top, and on a link to it from our website as well, so that way everyone can find it. Yeah. So thank you for reminding us of that. Okay, so Randy has asked, is there a video somewhere with a how-to for the digitals? So I'll answer this in chunks. So yes, there is well, kind of, because you can use them in so many different ways. So if you go to our YouTube channel, I haven't added more recently, so I will need to add some more. But there is a whole bunch on our YouTube. Hold on, let me just open it up so that I can... where's my mouse? There it is. Oops. I have two computers which both use the same keyboard and mouse, so if I'm on the wrong one, it doesn't work how I expect it to work. So if you go to our YouTube channel and you go to... on the main screen, you scroll down and it's got fun with the printables and the digital creative kit. So in that, there's a list of a whole bunch of, there's a lot of stylists, and then there's some other people like Katie who have said, yep, feel free to link to my video in there on how they have used the digital creative kit, because there is so many ways it's physically impossible for me to share all the ways, and also then you're only getting my creativity, and as we've seen in the show and tells, there is so much creativity out there, and everybody else inspires me. So if you have a video there, if you have a video that you want to put up there, once we've done this submission form, make sure to put a link to it in there. So the second question was B, showing how to make them for the Melody and the TN. So there might be some in there. Yes, there's a dashboard done by Ashley. There's a whole bunch of different ones in there. And then, hold on, C, how to use a Repesco punch, how to set up for the Melody. I have a...
Carry on. Sam's having a palpitation at the moment because...
Hold on. I was trying to help someone.
Repesco punch.
Yeah, where's my punch? I put it away somewhere. I think I put it over there. Oh, it's up over there. Up on the bench. So the Repesco punch, how I have it set up, is... I don't know if this is going to work. So that's how I have it set up. I know it's a bit blurry, I'm sorry. And then what I do is once I've got that part set up, I fold my page in half, because on the Repesco punch it's got like a middle divider thing. That's for the middle of your page. So what I do is I then get my B6 size page and I fold it in half, because this here is set for personal, which is what the rings are on our B6. Fold it in half, and then fold the page in half, and then you can get it center. So you do the fold in line with that, and then I adjust this out to match where the edge of the B6 page is, and that's how you get it perfectly centered. I should do a video on it.
You should.
And then what I've done is I then grab the strongest tape that I can find, which is like builder's tape.
That's where my tape went.
You've got a whole roll. And also I have, because it has a little notch that pops, where is it? Pops there. So I have coloured in exactly where it sits on that notch on the little slider that comes out, so that when I do punch for, what is it? That's really hard, really hard not to look at. So that way when I do a classic, I can sort of pull it out and I can pop it back in. But that's all my tips for like modifying exactly how I need to use it. Can we get through the Q&A first before we show that off?
Yep. I don't know, can you?
I don't know. I don't think so. Okay, so that was that. Is there any news on the rest of the 4 notable brown pants regular hoodie? I think the regular hoodie's up, isn't it? I need to put the brown pants up because they're done. I just need to make them live, I think. And you need to work out all the other background stuff with it.
Okay. So the USD thing. Yeah. We made a change on the website that we thought would allow you to actually pay in USD, but it turns out that it messed a bunch of other things up
and made our sub unaffordably cheap.
Yeah.
So we had to rip it down.
We had to rip it down, and I think that was just one step that we didn't put back. So the USD option is only for convenience as you're browsing to sort of get a gauge for the price.
Yeah.
And that will convert to AUD before it actually charges you.
We were hoping
it's the same,
make that change. But
but it's the same amount because of the exchange rate. So at the moment, 100 Australian dollars is like 68 US dollars or something like that.
Yeah. Will there be a For the Booze insert? Oh, I don't know. I will add it to my list and I'll see how I go. Maybe a theme dot grid might work best for that. So we'll go wild. Consider live streaming. I don't know. That's
their decision.
That's their decision.
Yep.
Potentially, who knows? When building the creative kits, can you try to include more of the art pieces individually so they can be mixed and matched with more other themes? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I see no reason why not.
Yeah. The reason why I cluster them together is because not everybody has the ability to sort of put them all together.
Yeah.
And also then if they're sort of more plain pieces, then like they're easier to theme as I go along. I don't know how to say that. Yeah. That's something that I do in the sort of like the really early design stage. Yeah. So it's a bit hard to sort of separate.
And I think sometimes because of the way that, so when we're getting an item drawn, for instance, Sam might, really bad example, but Sam might get a phone drawn with a child's face on it, poking her tongue, and she might also get, I don't know why you do this, but she might also get a pen drawn, and then she might decide that her final piece is actually going to be the phone with the pen.
Yeah.
And that phone with the pen then just becomes the art that's supplied rather than the individual parts. Yeah. And that's because you recolor and a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's what I was trying. Yeah. Yep. So will you be scheduling special set times when you will be doing a meet and greet? Oh, at Wild. I think it might be a bit of both. If you see me, feel free to come up to me and say hi. That's fine.
Sam likes feeling like she's got friends.
I do. It's so rare I get to go out and be with people. I get all my socializing done within 2 weeks while I'm at Wild. Mm-hmm. So feel free to come up and say hi. Normally, pre-COVID, I was like, come up and give me a hug, and now I'm a bit like, oh.
You'll be fine.
Because I get sick so quickly, and I don't want to get sick in the States and then not be able to fly home. Because that's one way I could see cherry blossom season, but not preferred.
That's an expensive way.
That's a very expensive way. But feel free to come. I might make a once the schedule comes out for Wild, and once I have a chat to like the people who I'm staying with and stuff like that, I'll work out some times in between the bits, because Wild do like to have some spacing where it's sort of free time. So once that's narrowed down, I'll be able to say, look, between this and this, I'm going to be meeting everybody at such and such if you want to come along. The only thing is I get really nervous about doing that, because what if nobody wants to come and meet me and I'm sitting there on my own?
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to sit there on my own.
Listen.
I need someone to share food with, because the food's so much.
Wear this shirt. People will sit with you.
Well, I'll wear a PA shirt for that day.
They'll be like just enamoured by your infectious personality, and then I'll struggle to make sure you come back on the plane, because you'll be like, oh, these people love me much more than you do, husband.
You sidetracked me.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Bianca's question is about the Riviera and PAU extras. So there was a hold up on those because I'd made an error on the original shipping weights, which has now been resolved, I'm happy to say.
Yeah.
So I will be putting
good.
those up this week.
Yep. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that that's been available.
Yes.
What are you holding, Mr. Gale? But hold on, before we go into that, let me see if there's any other questions. I'll get to that one. Actually, no, let's just go into that and then let's bring up the new comments as well. I'll sit with you. Oh, that would never happen. Oh, so when I do the queue so that I can see the queues, I can't see all the other comments as well. I should have a second. I should be looking over there just to make sure. Oh, okay. I don't feel so lonely now because, yeah, I feel like I would end up being on my own. Yeah, I was always a hugger.
Yeah, I'm with you, Katie.
I was like, I would see...
Stay 3 feet away.
My bestie would come up from Sydney because I used to live in Sydney. And she'd meet me at, like, the local shops. And this was after COVID lockdowns broke. And I ran up to her. I almost bowled her. I was like, bestie! And I yelled it out in the middle of the shops. And everybody's like, what? And I'm like, I don't care. And she's like, get off me. And I'm like, no, you're going to let me hug you and you're going to love it. And she's like, you know, I only put up with this from you. I'm like, I know. That's because I'm special. Anyway. Anyway. So what are you holding? And then I'll go back and see if there's any more questions.
I'm holding Sam's first sample, physical sample of the finished. We've seen bits and pieces.
Am I able to open?
You are able to open.
Gimme.
It's like torn.
Oh.
Pre-torn for your pleasure. This is the first complete, final, finished goods sample that we've seen of the All for Fall Creative Notebook.
Now, I'm not showing the label on the front because I want people to read that and to be really, like, just excited about what that says. So, there's only, yeah, notebook. Oh, the box is nice. The box is nice and thick. Okay. Ooh.
Did you do good? Did you do good? Did you do good? She did good. People, this is great television.
Sorry, I didn't even set up my other camera because I thought I've got nothing to share. Okay. Yeah, I need a thunder. Hold on. Give me thunder. Thunder. Okay. It looks so good. Oh.
The texture of the...
Oh. So it is, oh my goodness, it is textured.
It's like a fabric texture.
Yeah, it's a fabric texture. So the print on it is a little like, it's like softer than what it normally would be because of what it's printed on. Okay, hold on. This is like a puzzle because you can't open it up to pull that out because it's got they're really well packaged. Okay, hold on. So you need to, because I don't want to rip it. Hold on.
Can I just say I managed? There you are.
Look! The foil. Hold on. Did that show it? Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I love the band too. The band is pretty. Okay.
Yeah, the notebook is definitely thick.
So let me just... It's
got a gold embossing Planners Anonymous on the base.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, and it's debossed, so you can feel it. And then it's got the inside, which is the little... yeah. Hold on, is that working? Yep, I can't see it now.
It's working.
Yeah, it's got the little thing inside. And it's completely dot grid. It's like the lay flat dot grid. Oh. Yeah, these pages are thick. They are so good quality. I am absolutely loving.
So our supplier shared a bunch of video and they've shared early samples, but we haven't seen an actual final product before. They also...
I just remembered. Wait, okay, wait. And then the back.
What you hiding?
The stickers. Okay, so there's four stickers in the back. They're a little glossier than what I normally do because they were done by the
limitation of the supplier.
Yeah, different supplier. But there's two of each sheet, and there's I had one upside down. Upside down. Oops. So there's the deco sheet. Oh wow. And then there's the like the more functional sheet. So like these ones here are like you can fold them over the edge, and they'll work like a divider, and then you've got actual like other little dividers down the bottom. Oh, they look so good. They look so good.
Good job. So
I was so stressed out about this too.
So the supplier shared with me a bunch of videos as they're being produced. The word "create" on the front was hand embossed for every single one.
Wow.
So
even I didn't know that.
There might be a little bit of variation with where it is because it was hand done, but from what I saw, I did a visual proof of the video of them doing it.
Yep.
And they were mostly spot on, so I don't think there'll be too much variation there.
Oh, and that's
they look amazing.
The other thing is we've got, so I've started to pack it up so I can do an actual video of it later. But the ribbons, there's two different colours. So we've got the white and like a really nice light yellow. And yeah, we ended up changing the outer string colour, outer elastic colour, sorry, because I thought we were only able to do white. Because we're doing such small quantities to start with, we get really limited options with the certain things, like, you know, our boxes need to be white and things like that, which is why the sticker on the front was important.
Just take that off so you can shut up on the camera again, because you've got 3 more.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ordered 5 for you. I've learned from experience, and Sam doesn't do well with just one.
I don't. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to use this today.
So it's just...
Yeah.
No, turn it
What am I
that
doing?
way. Yep. I can see.
You can see? Yeah. So that's the cover, and I'm just going to do this. So that is the full cover. So I've done it like a windswept. Oops, oh, Google's going to go off. I've done it like a windswept sort of thing as it sort of goes across from the front to the back. Oh, it's so pretty. And yeah, it's like really nicely, it's muted because of the fabric that it's on, and it's really pretty.
Should I leave you in the planner alone?
Yes.
All right. She's chunky.
So pretty.
I like it.
It's going to get so chunky. We were hoping that, because we got a notification this morning that something was arriving. We were like, what is it? And you said, oh, I think it's the notebooks, and I'll bring it live if we're still on camera. So it was one of the reasons why we went a little bit longer today.
Yep.
We were hoping it would arrive. Oh, I've just put that on backwards. I'm so excited. I just want to use it. Yeah, it's really nice. And the inside front is also embossed too. And if these start to take off, then we'll be able to get more options, because there was so many other things that I wanted to do with these as well, that we just weren't able to do this time around. And with the Serenity one as well. So the Serenity is this style as well.
Yep.
It's so beautifully thick, and the pages, they're really good quality. Like, hold on.
Oh, we're doing ASMR.
So it's really nice and thick. Okay, yeah, Erin, I was just about to bring that up because I did see your comment before, which was, because it was a really good segue. I was actually wondering because I wrote down a whole bunch of ideas for what I want to produce for Go Wild, if people would actually use one for Wild, because it's well,
it'd be a good memory keeper, right?
Well, yeah, but there's also the inserts and
and
stuff like that. Oh, I almost said something then. Can't say that yet. There's also other things and all that. I just wasn't sure if people would use use one for Wild because I was thinking about it and then I thought, oh, I don't know. So maybe. Oh, it's so cool. Yes! Yes! Sorry, it's so satisfying when you put so many hours into something for it to turn out how you expect it to. And you know what? I don't even care that it's... Okay, so I expect mine to arrive at the end of October. I guess I'll save it for next year. I am a sunflower all year round person. This, to me, has got nothing to do with fall. The only thing it has to do with fall is that it's in our all for fall kit. Like, it's got butterflies, and I feel like butterflies are more spring.
Yeah.
Like, is it sunflower season here now?
No, autumn.
Autumn. So, yeah, okay. Anyway, so...
But they're pretty. You can use them all year round.
Yeah. So, okay. I will add it to my list of potential things for Wild. And I'm really like... Oh, I'm so excited too. Thank you so much, Denise. It's so good to have something that you've worked so hard on. I think I just said that turn out right. This depends on
their licensing.
Yeah.
So their licensing usually is locked by category. Last time around, the licensing for shirts was locked to a specific company.
Yeah. Cad had the licenses for that because she donated the like the actual shirts and things like that. So understandably so, they were locked to her. So it all depends on what we're able to get licensing for, and that's why we're not talking specifics just yet. We're saying once they're available, yes, we want to jump on and grab a license like we did last time. So if you want to keep up on what we're doing for that, I've created a separate mailing group for that as well. So if you go to our website and you go to, I swear I had one open. That's not our website. This one is. If you go to our website and then you click on new releases and like the fourth one, or don't click on new releases, but hover over it, and then the fourth one down is Go Wild. That'll take you to a really pretty little page that I sort of had a bit of fun with. And you just put your name into the name tag that's there. And I've also got a countdown for the amount of days and weeks that there is until Go Wild, because I'm super excited for that. And then down further from that... I
couldn't tell.
Hey, I haven't had any time off except for being sick since the last Go Wild. So I'm excited.
True.
And then if you scroll down further, it's got my Go Wild, like a direct link to the Go Wild highlights on Instagram, and it's also got my Go Wild live experience video that I did after last time, and then down further it's got a link to, I was just going to say Wild You, but that is not my Wild You shirt. I went looking for that this morning, couldn't find it. But yeah, so that's, we don't know, we'll let you know. Join up to that mailing group. That mailing group will be direct, and as always we're going to be dropping stuff in here to let you all know. Okay, where was I?
Finishing off Q&A.
Yes, I know, I'm looking for cues.
You got to filter it by Q because there was a bunch.
If there is time to answer, I went and checked the Notable, and there is
the regular. So the designs that we've got on Notable at the moment, other than the one or two designs that Sam hasn't turned on yet, are the designs, and we don't have any plans at this point to make more design.
Yeah. So I love that notebook. Now I need for you to finish that A5 prototype clutch. I am definitely working on that. I just needed a little bit more time to work that out properly, and I just ran out of time with this release. So it was either hold back the whole Serenity release, which we couldn't do, or really like push through some other designs and then work on that a little bit more as time went on. As you know, I like to get things right. So, Nadilla said I should have gotten two. Is there any of those left?
I think there's
probably only a couple, right?
A dozen or two left. There's not that many left. So
there's not that many.
Yeah. If you want more, now's the time.
And I am hoping to, depending on if my time permits, do some videos and promote.
Yeah. The Serenity notebook is the same insides. So if you like it and you need a second one and you've already got Serenity, then that's also an option.
But they might like that design.
That's
true. The whole point, right? The design is pretty. Yeah. So Tracy has asked, will the pages of the notebook be suitable for using? I believe so. But I will check because I've got the oxides here as well.
Yeah, they're 160 GSM, so they should take a beating.
They are thick. I'm loving these live reactions. Yeah, that's, I mean, yeah. That's,
Genuine. Get what you, yep.
Yeah, I need to hide mine too, because I feel like Indy's definitely going to take one.
Oh, I left the others on my desk.
You better go and hide them. She's probably upstairs. Okay. I think that was all the questions. That was definitely all the Q questions.
No, it wasn't. There was a couple underneath.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Do you remember any of them?
No.
Where's mine?
You got distracted by the question about the notebooks, and then you decided you wanted to go into notebooks.
Can't bring my mouse over.
I got no idea.
My mouse isn't going over. It's stuck on the other computer. Okay, hold on. So I can't type. That's all.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So
yeah.
there was one other question about how we decide on melodies that I saw, and really that's it's Sam's gut feel based on whether the kit will be successful. It's about how many of that kit we've sold. So we do know that a proportion of people who bought the kit are likely to buy the add-ons, and unless we have that proportion about right, then we can't make the pre-order work.
Yeah.
To give you an indication, because we have to pre-order so many and it's always more than we sell, we've got a cut-off point that so for argument's sake, if we have to order 1,000, we'd have to sell at least 700 of those to just break even on the project.
Yep.
Let alone actually make money, and that's kind of the point.
That's the goal.
So because if we're breaking even, that means that we haven't been able to do things like buy food or pay for our mortgage or those kind of things. So for us, there's a lot of nervousness about
so much
that break-even point.
And at one point, we almost ditched the sticker books at one point.
Yeah. So that's a good. Yeah. So the Serenity pre-sale has gone well, but for the first 48 hours of that pre-sale, we were thinking to ourselves, okay, well, that part of the pre-sale hasn't gone well, so we might have to just cancel those and refund those orders. Fortunately, we were able to tick over that number, but that's an example of we have those real decision points that we have to make. So when we're thinking about a melody or any special release, really, it's a calculation that we do around, do we think that there's enough people who will buy these things?
Yeah.
And can we make the items something that's actually usable and useful? Because we don't want, I know that there's a fair element of collection, but we also want them to be useful and used rather than just having an item to sit on a shelf.
Yeah.
Not to say there's anything wrong with having it sit on the shelf. My action figures are still in their boxes, aren't they?
That's right. That's right. And it's going to look so pretty. Could you imagine a whole bunch of those spines?
Yeah.
So pretty.
So that's kind of the decision-making process.
Yeah,
right?
and it's really, it does get exceptionally stressful. Like, I'm not shy about talking about my anxiety and everything. Especially just before live, it's not live. Just before a release goes live, it's not uncommon for me to be sick because I'm a riddled ball of anxiety. Going, okay, is this gonna make us the money that we need to keep going, or is it have I done a good enough job? And it's more than that at the moment. It's global issues as well, but. So when we come on here and we thank you, it's genuine.
Sure is.
Yeah. We did do. Okay, so we've just got a message from Bianca saying, "I wish the interiors of the Melody were more neutral," and we did do one, which was in neutral, which was the rainbow one, and I don't think that went as well. Did it?
No, it hasn't gone as well.
Yeah. So so that sort of tells us that we shouldn't do as many neutral ones in the future. I forget the answer to this on the previous pre-order. From this one, Serenity, would any of those products be available down the line?
Yeah.
Oh, it depends.
It does depend. So the pre-order, basically doing those math, we hit that number, we can pre-order it, we can afford we're breaking even, and that means that there'll be some available extra. Afterwards, but that obviously you don't get the pre-order discounts ordering that way. But for some items, so for instance, the sunflower washi
selling out as well.
that came with that, sold out. The notebooks, yeah, that hurt. Fair income. So the notebook is close to selling out. So they're definitely once they're gone proposition. But mostly there's a few items that are available for purchase after the fact. It's just there's no guarantees that you'll be able to get one afterwards.
Can you just grab one of the other notebooks? It's on my trolley. It's on my cart. So the only way to guarantee getting one is by getting the during the pre-order.
Yeah.
I just got Michael to grab one of the other notebooks which we had done previously. The paper is definitely, like, you can even just hear the thinness, but also just as a comparison, that's the comparison on the spines and the different and the thickness of the pages and things like that. So there is there's a huge difference between the two books. I mean, and there's also the ribbon enclosure. There's the elastic enclosure, the actual ribbons, and all that sort of stuff. So there's a huge difference between the two, and I cannot wait to, like, I feel like this is like a quick note jot it down book, whereas this is like, I really want to put some really cool stuff in here and possibly use it as a bujo and all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, both have their purpose, both different. Yeah. Cool. I'm considering buying the rainbow for just that reason. So that was our clear one, just to see how that was going. It's always good to hear you say the pre-sale is doing well. I always have anxiety wondering. It's every time we do a launch, it's very, very nerve-wracking.
Scroll up a bit.
Scroll up. Yes, so I have just joined a few bujo groups. I was waiting for this to arrive so that I could actually do some bits and pieces in it. I'm really nervous. It's been a long time since I did a bujo. So, I mean, this is the point of the rest of our kit, right? There's stickers that match that make it easy. There's all this sort of stuff that are designed so that if you can't draw like me, then you can, you can make it look like you do. So yes, I will be cracking open switching on my silhouette and creating some bits and pieces, as well as using the
Where even is it?
It's in the thing that you moved out of the way so you could put your legs under the desk.
Ah, there it is.
It's a tower. Yes, I do need to show that off. And as usual, when you receive them, feel free to share them.
Totally.
Because, it's one thing for the people who are making it to share it. It's a completely different thing for people who have purchased it to then share it. So, yeah.
So they all shipped last week. So they, I would imagine, will be with you
very soon.
Either the first week of October or certainly the second. But they should be, you would think, the first week of October.
Yeah. Will you ever make a soft cover?
Based on your first reaction, that's a no.
I have considered it. The reason why I didn't is because I was nervous about putting them into a melody.
Oh, yeah. Because
I was nervous about them getting ripped. That's why. Will they always be... Well, I mean, this is like the faux leather cover, and this is a fabric cover. So we are experimenting with the different covers.
This supplier, when they saw our artwork, desperately wanted to put it onto faux leather.
I was surprised that we didn't.
I thought you specified this fabric.
No, I wouldn't have minded.
So the answer...
We might be trying something different on our next lot round.
Good chat.
Yeah. Sometimes the left hand doesn't speak to the right hand. Hold on, I got that round the wrong way.
Round the wrong way. It doesn't matter.
The brain doesn't speak to the hands. Soft covers do bend with the chunk or the chunk. Yes. The only thing is, once you put a soft cover inside, like, I would then have to design completely different covers to then have the strength to go with, because I know that that's a completely different design of cover, but because they sort of flex differently. It is something I have considered, but then there's a whole line of other products that do need to get released with that, and we're doing a lot of new at the moment, so and a lot of catching up, so I want to catch up and then do some more new. So our whole thing is here, never say never. I want PA to be big enough. Hold on. I want PA to be big enough so that they can have tons of SKUs and do fountain pen friendly notebooks. None of them are this pretty. Yeah, I don't know if this is fountain pen
That's too
friendly. I
I'll
think it
check.
would be. Yeah, so yeah. We'll check on that. I mean, I feel like it should, but I'm not going to say yes without trying it first. Yeah. I would love to be able to release heaps and heaps too. So we want to try and grow back up again.
Yeah, we do.
I think I'll start my Bouget the day I receive it. Would love faux leather in the future if that's an option. Yeah. Serenity would look amazing on the faux leather. I think we've written on the website and I think it's already gone through as fabric. But that just means we'll just have to do another design. I'll just have to do another release. We just have to find the money to do another release.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so...
Sure.
Got to spend money to make money. I use PA stamps in my Bouget all September. Yay! I'll have to check that out. I've been really slack on socials, so just socials are a lot when I'm mentally struggling. I love the notebooks, but I'm primarily a fountain pen user. So, okay, fountain pens are the ones with the nib, right? The pointy sort of that style nib.
Like,
or is it... No, because yours are felt.
Well, these are my cheap and cheerful pens.
Yeah, I can't use them.
No, because she pushes too hard. But a fountain pen you also push too hard on.
No, well, fountain pen is like...
Because they have the ink that comes you put the ink in the back of it, or you can dip it.
Yeah. So it's like my calligraphy pens.
Yes.
Okay, I can use a calligraphy pen because I've got a special holder, which is like an angle. It's got an angle that comes off it, and I can do it without pressing too hard, but I can't use a fountain pen because I break them. I know, it's weird. So I'll try with my... I do have a fountain pen, I'm sure.
I bought you one.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, I'll find out. I'll give it a try. I use the paper covers to cover my notebooks. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, and I'm gonna be like taping in some extra pages and creating some like little fly-in pages, and I'm so excited. Okay. Last questions, and then we're going to go because I am hungry and it's almost 2. This has been a long live, I think, because we haven't done a live in a few weeks. Is customer service pretty caught up?
Yes, Olivia is looking after that now, and she's pretty much on top. There's a few questions that she's asked me that I need to get back to her on, so if she hasn't got back to you, it's probably because she's waiting on me.
Yeah, and you're here.
And I'm here.
Yeah. So, yeah, okay. I think that was the last thing. We will... share more once we can.
We will.
And we'll be back this time, or earlier next week. Well, same time as we went live this week, so the 11:45-ish. I tried to push it earlier and that didn't happen. But yeah, thank you so much. Oh, if you haven't already, comment after we finish going live because the extra comments also help bump us back up. Subscribe, ring the bell, all that sort of YouTube stuff that I always forget to do. And we will be back next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and waiting for us while we got better. It's wonderful to see you all still here, and we'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.